We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It is Tuesday, February 2nd. I'm Sam, in for Tori. I'm here with Alan Lindsay. Let's get started. So we know there's a giant winter storm that's hitting the Northeast. It's dumped a ton of snow all over New England and in New York City, as if the pandemic isn't hard enough already on people. Now they have all the snowy weather to deal with. We are thinking of all of you. So if you are affected by the storm, please stay safe. Ride it out as best as possible. Meanwhile, speaking of the pandemic, there is this new study I was reading about. It says that more than a third of us are walking around in a concussive daze. So what does that mean? It means that we are experiencing symptoms like you've had a concussion due to stress and lack of sleep. So that includes headaches, dizziness, anxiety, along with insomnia and trouble concentrating. Does this sound familiar to anyone, huh? But not to worry, because scientists in South Korea are working on a brain implant that could help. It's the size of a grain of rice, and it would allow you to pick your moods with a smartphone app. So you could pick to be happy, you could pick to be sad, if I guess you want to be, or maybe something more a little in the middle like nostalgia. So here's the question. If you could, would you want to select your mood? Write us in DBL Nation. Always love to see what you have to say. Lindsay, would you select your mood?
I feel like at first I was like, yeah, I'd be super happy, but then I was thinking about Black Mirror, that show on Netflix, and I'm like, what happens when you go down that slippery slope of like everybody's walking around like it's the Truman Show,
right?
And just like so fake and like, yeah, everything is good, and it's really not. So I think, you know, you need to go through ups and downs in life in order to understand what the good times are all about. So I think this would really ruin that.
I'll tell you what you call that, Lindsay. That's called a cult. That's a cult.
Right.
When everybody's in this weird fake, hello, Sam, how are you? No one wants to live like that. That's not real life. And I think you trying to select and cut out like Final Cut Pro, the good parts of your life, then you have nothing to compare them to. Without the bitter, the sweet ain't so sweet. You know?
That was a good analogy, Final Cut.
Yeah.
And there has to be some sort of a repercussion. There has to be. If you are grieving or if you're going through something devastating and then you somehow tinker with your mood, I can't imagine that your brain and that every cell in your body wouldn't somehow later reject that. Like, there's a reason why you go through all the steps of grieving, right? So to take that away, I think later on it would probably do something
Sam,
detrimental.
what would you say to somebody that says, well, that's what antidepressants do?
Well, I'm on antidepressants.
Right, I think a lot of people are, and they work for you.
They do work for me, but listen, I've had a really hellish last couple of weeks. I've been very honest with our DBL Nation about my family and COVID and losing my dog of 18 years. And so for me, even though I'm on antidepressants, it helped take the edge off. But let me tell you, I was still on my hands and knees crying. You know, Al,
yes,
you were very much there for me.
Yes.
So even though antidepressants do help that chemical imbalance, you still have those really hellish days. And I'm happy for that. I don't want to be a zombie. But what have you thought about just like that concussed state? Have you thought, because of the pandemic, because of quarantine, that you feel like you're a little bit like a zombie, or do you feel like Lindsay?
No, I feel like, I mean, I'm an extrovert, so I was talking to my therapist about this. Like, there's different ways that this pandemic is affecting introverts and affecting extroverts. And for me, somebody who likes being around people and going out, my boyfriend Colin is an introvert, so he doesn't really care, even though he has extroverted tendencies and personality, but he really likes to be by himself. And so I'm just like freaking out. Like, I'm having a meltdown. Like, I'm tired of being around no one. FaceTime is not the same as it was back last March when we all get on Zoom. You know, it's just totally different. So I understand feeling like you're just going through the days, because at some point during this pandemic, every day started to feel like a random Wednesday to me.
There's almost like nothing to look forward to either. You know, like you get so excited to go to like a Super Bowl party or go and do this or go see your friends or your family or go out to dinner on Friday night. That's all been taken away.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, and it shows you how quickly time, because I got a memory, and it was when we had the Super Bowl party at Erica's. I remember I drove Dr. Drew home. We had a great conversation, and that seems like it was 20 years ago.
Right.
I know. When you were wearing your little Miami Vice outfit.
Yes, I had my ones at my male romper on. I did.
I like that outfit.
We might have to dig
forgot about that thing.
And show it at the end of the show.
It was the star of the party.
I have it on my phone.
They're going to work on it. I'm just told they're working on it. Okay, so one of my favorite politicians, Bernie Sanders, is getting called out. It's all over this photo that went viral, spawning all sorts of social media memes. But now a teacher in San Francisco calling him out, saying that the image shows his white male privilege, explaining that no woman would get away with dressing down like that at the inauguration. To her point, if you look at some of the women who attended the event, they were definitely not as casual as Bernie. They were dressed to the nine. So what do you all think? Does this teacher have a point, or is this woke culture gone too far? Woke culture meaning too PC. Do you think that a woman would have been celebrated like Bernie did, or do you think she would have been completely criticized?
I don't understand how we're still talking about this grumpy chic outfit that he had on. Like, I mean, it's just like, I think that, yes, a woman can't wear that. We saw when Hillary Clinton was on the campaign trail, a pantsuit was a problem. We also saw a black person get criticized, Barack Obama, when he had head-to-toe beige on. And so, yes, I understand why outfits get criticized, and I understand why this professor or teacher had a point in their statements. But I also think that this is Bernie Sanders, and I believe it was this whole ploy that's part of his whole image. I'm a man of the people. I'm wearing these gloves.
Down.
And so, to me, it's not just any politician doing this. It's somebody who's been loyal to what their talking points have been this whole time and doing what we expected them to do. I still think he could have dressed better, but that's what he chose to do.
I mean, I think the fact that he dresses like that is the reason he wasn't a more serious candidate for president. I think, remember, no one could come at his policies. No one wanted to see him on the debate stage. Everybody came at his
Everybody can come for his policies. I want to just counteract that.
Right.
His policies are a little bit out there.
Do you think any candidate that we had really wanted to go on national TV and go head-to-head with Bernie on policy?
First of all,
I'm not saying you can't win. I'm just saying Bernie knows his stuff.
But do men get away with it over women? Of course they do. If Kamala Harris showed up wearing her knit mittens, and I know you hate when I say mittens.
I love it.
But you know for a fact everybody would have criticized her the next day. Instead, Bernie, who I love, by the way, was put up on a pedestal, made a meme. Oh, there's Bernie, the everyday guy. That would not have happened with Kamala.
They said he did not have a presidential look. That was over both parties. They said Bernie would show up with wild hair. It's white. It's silver. He looks like a weird professor, and people did not. There's a reason that every senator has that senator haircut where it just looks like you haven't laughed in months, because that's what voters resonate towards. They need that hard helmet hair from the women and the sad senator hair from the men.
But women can't get away with that. That's the bottom line. Women wearing that are going to get criticized every step of the way. So I do agree with this professor, but I understand what everybody says. She's being overly woke because that's Bernie Sanders, who he's been at the core for what, 2 decades, 3 decades, exactly.
Completely agree with you, Lindsay, but you still did not answer the question.
His look has hurt him, not helped him.
Enough of Bernie Sanders. Put women and men together, all things being equal. If Kamala showed up with the...
Well, don't say Kamala because she won. If Elizabeth Warren wore that.
Amen. Amen.
I think that's the thing. Elizabeth Warren did not look presidential to people. That's what it is.
Ooh.
I am serious. Look, there's a reason that all of our candidates all basically look the same. They have that same hard hair, that same uniform haircut, because we don't accept anything else that doesn't look like Bernie.
You think all things being equal.
That looks anything other than Bernie, yeah. So I think that's a problem.
Of course the guy saying that is equal. Come on, Al. You don't got to think about your outfit in the same way that Sam and I do every day when we get up on this stage.
That's because I'm a gorgeous human being. I wake up like this.
You are
It's
gorgeous.
not my fault.
You are gorgeous.
No.
Coming up on DBL, a mysterious disappearance almost 20 years ago with no sign of a missing woman. Where could she be? That's later in True Crime Chronicles. Plus, watching the Super Bowl pandemic style, the CDC has new guidelines for celebrating safely. But will football fans actually listen? And before we go to break, you guys, check out our coworkers watching the show from home during the ongoing pandemic. We've missed them, but here they are. That's the magic behind the scenes. We couldn't do it without you guys. Hey, Karen. Hey, Arash. Hey, Kiri. We'll be right back.
Those are my people.
Welcome back to DBL, everyone. Quickly, just wanted to say hey to all our co-workers at home right now. What's up, Leo, BJ? Okay, Arash. They're working hard and tuning in. So the big game is only a few days away, but fans are probably not going to be gathering with a bunch of friends like we usually do. The CDC has issued new guidelines for watching the game safely. They're urging fans to watch the game only with people you live with. If you do throw or attend a house party, stay 6 feet apart from others, wear masks, and keep the guest list small. The CDC also suggests holding an outdoor viewing party by showing the game on a projector. And finally, they strongly advise against cheering, shouting, or singing. Instead, you can clap, you can stomp your feet, you can use them noisemakers when your team scores. Don't boo, Al. It's better than getting COVID.
Because I have to adhere to, we support all safety guidelines, but I'm allowed to groan. I talk to our, no one's going to stomp their feet, Sam.
I might.
That's not, if somebody did that, you got to go.
It's just like, just don't even do it. It's not worth it.
Lindsay, if a team scored now, it's like,
right? That's so weird.
Could I stay at your house after I did that? No, you gotta leave.
And the whole concept is weird because even as somebody who doesn't even watch football religiously, I go to a Super Bowl party pretty much every year just because it's like the halftime show, other things, and this is just like gonna be awkward. I'm gonna have to pay attention to the actual game now.
Lindsay, Sam, who do you guys predict for the game? And what strategies do you think they'll use?
I don't care. I only care about that halftime show and the commercials, and I cannot wait to see The Weeknd perform because supposedly he put in like $7 million of his own money to really wow us all and make it interactive to help lift us up during the pandemic. So I'm going to be watching for The Weeknd and The Weeknd only, and I may just be stomping my feet, even though it's just going to be me.
You won't even know what happened to be stomping your feet or not.
Albert
How much
Jackson.
is a touchdown worth? How much is a touchdown worth?
7.
6.
But then there's the goal kick. 6. But then,
you can't answer it with that much confidence and be wrong.
Let me tell you,
I said 9.
6 for the goal kick.
Yes.
I'm excited that we can see a black quarterback win twice in a row, which will be the first time that happens, or Tom Brady win, who is like the LeBron, honestly, of football at this point. Right. And as somebody who didn't like Tom Brady, because I'm from New York, I'm impressed. I gotta say, finally, I'm impressed.
I'm glad 10 Super Bowls. He's been in the Super Bowl 10 times, and Lindsay's like, all right, I'll hear him.
Yeah, now he went to. I mean, Tampa sucked, so this is a really good thing that he did here.
This will be his 11th time, Al. See, I know.
Well, he hasn't been there yet, so I'm not predicting the future. He might decide not to go. He's been to 10 thus far.
No, that's not a good catch. Right. That wasn't even.
Okay, coming up on DBL, a teenage girl's shocking disappearance almost 2 decades ago. Where could she be after all this time? New clues in True Crime Chronicles.
See Black leaders who are making history right now. Like 22-year-old Amanda Gorman, whose profound poem, The Hill We Climb, was recited during the inauguration.
We are striving to forge our union with purpose.
Amanda Gorman, thank you for using your voice to uplift and inspire us.
Nearly 110.
Welcome back to DBL. Rachel Cook went for a run when she vanished in broad daylight. This month marks 19 years and still no sign of the Texas teen. What really happened that day? Here's an update in True Crime Chronicles.
Rachel Cook was born and raised in Georgetown, Texas. There were two things the 19-year-old cared most about: her family and running. She was an accomplished cross-country runner.
She was just a light that shone so brightly.
After graduating high school, Rachel moved to San Diego for college. It was January 2002. Rachel was back home in Texas visiting her family over winter break. It was a normal morning. Her family went to work, and Rachel left to go on a 6-mile run in the neighborhood. She never made it back home that day.
Every day, I think about her at least 100,000 times a day. I mean, she's part of me, and I'm not going to give up.
Rachel vanished in broad daylight. Several people reported seeing her running that day.
We still get tips weekly on the Cook case. I'm the case agent, and I have 6 dedicated reserves that do nothing but Rachel Cook every single day.
Thousands of tips came in, but no evidence or big leads. Rachel's family even formed their own search groups.
I can't believe everybody, that many people showed up.
17 years passed, and finally, something. Police found a car in Dallas connected to several persons of interest, but it wasn't enough to crack the case. And then, in 2020,
new tips and now new sketches showing 2 persons of interest in the Rachel Cook case.
Police named these 2 men as prime suspects. They were both spotted in the area where Rachel was last seen, just 100 yards from her family home. A big break in the case, but investigators are still stuck.
We are now visiting this tree almost as long as she's been alive. So put that in perspective, it's unfathomable, It really is.
Rachel would have been 38 years old today.
She was good. She was good people. Very loving, very caring. And for somebody to take that from this community, it's not right. It's not right. And at this point, I just want closure.
Earlier, Al and I spoke with a reporter who shared new updates in this case. Take a look. We are joined by senior reporter Tony Plohetsky from KVUE in Austin, Texas. Tony, thank you so much for being here. Let's get right to it. Police just announced they are pursuing a new person of interest. Who is this suspect, and how did he just now come to light?
On the anniversary of Rachel Cook's disappearance, authorities did release new information about someone else they are now trying to track down. They did not release a name. I think it is clear they don't have a name at this point, but they did release a brief description about the person. And essentially what they said is that they believe that he was an acquaintance of Rachel Cook. They believe that he traveled to cities throughout the state, possibly involved in the horsing or cattle industry here in the state, which of course is a major industry. And at the same time, according to what authorities did release, they do believe that he may have had intricate knowledge of Rachel Cook's disappearance and of the crime itself, and may have shared that information with other people in this region.
There are a lot of theories out there that it could have been Rachel's father or boyfriend at the time involved. Is there any truth to those claims?
Not really is the short answer to that. A lot of these, in a lot of cases, in a lot of instances like this, of course, we all know that different theories can emerge over the years, send investigators in one direction or another. There have been, not unlike a lot of other cases that remain unsolved like this, a lot of conspiracy theories that seem to emerge over time. But so far, nothing really has stuck, and certainly nothing that has led to an arrest or indictment or charges or conviction of anyone in this case.
And Tony, I can't imagine what her family is going through. And we all want closure for them. It's been almost 2 decades. How is her family handling everything, and what do they make of the new leads?
Her mother does remain a very outspoken advocate for her daughter, using the anniversary of her death, her birthday, to try to continue to bring public awareness to this case, again, hoping that it could trigger some sort of new information. But the last time I talked to her, what she also told me is just how difficult it has been through the years to ride a roller coaster of emotion, trying to remain hopeful, becoming hopeful with these new facts that seem to come out, and yet not getting too hopeful because over the years she's had that hope and then seen it really wither away when these new possible leads did not really go anywhere.
A parent's worst nightmare, absolutely. And I just thank you, Tony, for bringing this story to light, because if we can help solve it, the viewers, everybody, please, to learn more about this case, visit kvue.com. Tony, we appreciate you as always.
Tony.
Great to see you. We'll be right back. This February on DBL, you're not going to want to miss a day. Marie Osmond's first TV interview about leaving the talk and her relationship with Donnie today. Former Hollywood madam Heidi Fleiss, 2 decades after all the scandal. Plus, the classic game show hosts you grew up with are here on DBL, and your favorite nighttime soap stars from the 80s, where are they now?
To this day, I don't wake up or go to sleep not being grateful.
Patrick Duffy from Dallas, Knots Landing stars Joan Van Ark and Michelle Lee, and from Paul and Ringo to Eddie Van Halen, stories you've never heard about rock's greatest stars.
You know, it just gives me chills thinking about that.
Set your DVRs every day because February is Can't Miss TV here on DBL. Ooh, it's gonna be good. Don't miss a single day. Okay, so I was gonna share comments, but we actually have a little gem. Here we go.
Uh-oh. Oh, Al's outfit! Now, let me tell you, it was February in Denver, so it's usually supposed to be like 2 degrees, but that day Al got lucky and it was like 65.
It was. Yeah, and he
what
turned
a great
up.
day.
He turned up and turned out. Well done. All right, a quick goodbye to all our coworkers who watch us from home today. We couldn't put the show on without you. We love you. We appreciate you. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.